Yo, yo, mic check, mic check. Yo, yo, mic check, mic check. Yo, yo, 1 2 1 2. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. All right, I can't really see, so hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm waiting on someone to answer. What up?
What's going on?
You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I can't see your face, but
Hold on 1 second.
got your
Working
camera
with some
on back.
kids.
No,
Johnny, Johnny, Johnny,
what's up?
Johnny.
What's up, man? We up in here.
Right.
Breakfast time. That's what this is called. Breakfast with Johnny.
Breakfast with Johnny. Okay, what
And
we what we on? What we on? What we on?
I got a special guest. Looking beautiful this morning.
That's me. Thank you.
That's what's up, man. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we've been talking, you know what I'm saying? We got a few projects in the works that I'm really excited about. You know what I'm saying? Telling a portion of your story, stuff like that. Because I think people need to hear it, and it may help some
Mm-hmm.
people out. But
Yeah.
you had some things you were discussing yesterday, and I just really wanted to kind of talk to you about those things and try to see what the fuck was going on. You hear
Man,
me?
as you know, it's always something going on in Peoria. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
always something going on.
just kind of tell us what you can about it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of tell us what you can about it.
Well, basically, is if to anybody that don't know, I've been a business owner now going on 6 years. Been having a
Congratulations.
lot of thank you. I done had shops in different locations. I think maybe 5 locations now in Peoria. I've
Wow.
had a location in Grand Prairie. I had a location on Harmon Highway. I had a location in Peoria Heights. I had a
I didn't know you was in
location.
Grand Prairie. Wow. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you've been all over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But this last little shop, I tell you.
Yeah, that look. I mean, that spot over there has always been. I mean, I've always had to go there for something. You know what I'm saying? Because either cell phones or I hate to say it now, but food, food. And
Mm-hmm.
I've always been to that spot, but it did kind of seem, I don't know, a little off put or whatever like that. But tell us
Yeah.
what's going on. Why is this
Well,
location treating you bad?
you said why did I move locations?
I mean, why is this location a problem for you? What is the issue?
Um, the issues I was having was so see, I got the shop because I was having issues with one of my business partners that I had. I ain't gonna say no names, but
Hmm.
anyways, they was trying to basically steal one of my clients, and it turned into this whole situation when the client was really my client. But
Hmm.
it turned into this whole situation, and the landlord, to sum it all up, to make it, accommodate for everybody, he just went ahead and gave me my own building. So I'm like,
Oh
okay,
wow.
cool, I can work with that. Cease the problem. I go down there, she stay down there, and it's all good in the hood. That's what I thought.
Hmm.
No. I get down there, I'm sharing the building with Willie Tamale, Juanita. And when I first moved in the building, I'm like, dang, they got clothes, dressers, boo-boo in the buckets. What's going on up here?
Wait.
Is this a beauty salon or is this the shelter? And then
I'm
I ain't
thinking.
let it dawn on me. I'm like, we'll just clean it up, deep clean, do some cleaning to it, get it together, so on, so on. Then, I was trying to, help people get business. They got a business, I got a business. I, want people to make money just like me. But anyways, the guy that was out there making the food, now see in the beginning, he was being rude to me, kind of mean, always looking me up and down, all this stuff. I'm like, why you always look me up and down? I don't know these people. I'm just here to just take care of my business, make my money and go home. That's all I come for. But they
Yeah.
just seemed just real, real weird. I could tell I could tell the vibe. It was either they was jealous, didn't want me to have the building, whatever, so on, so on. Anyways, fast forward. Now you know about the buckets, the boo boo buckets. So
Oh
that
my
that was
God.
yeah, the boo
I've
boo in the
never heard anything
buckets.
like that in my life.
Yeah. And you want to know what? I see how I knew it was him, how I knew it was the guy that was making the food, because I hollered at him like, hey, is did you used to live in here? Because he had told me he wanted to get the dresser out there. I'm like, did you used to live in here or something? Like, no, I just, Juanita be letting me keep my stuff in there. I said, well, it was boo-boo in the buckets and all this kind of stuff. It's a toilet right there, He ain't say nothing about that. So anyways, fast forward. Next thing I know, I don't know if the lady fired him or, he wasn't making the food for her no more or what the case may be. All I know is the man was breaking in my shop and sleeping up in there. And I'm like, how are you getting up in here? You know what I'm saying? But see, I didn't, I knew
how
something
did
was
your
going.
how did your window? Is that how your window got broken? No.
I believe that's how the window got broken, to be
Get
honest with
out
you,
of
because
here.
yeah, because to be honest with you, Johnny, that window wasn't like that. One day I come to the shop, I'm like, dang, the whole window was broken out. Hold on one sec, Johnny.
Yo, I'm just
Hold on one second. Here I come.
that's
Working with
crazy.
some kids. Working with some
Ah,
kids.
you
Being a
fine.
mama. Yeah. But
We
anyway,
just
so yeah, anyways, yeah, so I think you asked me what happened with the window. So I come there, I'm like, and I asked him about that too. I said, Reggie, did you break this window? Cause that window wasn't like that. He said, no, I ain't break the window. I ain't break the window. The grill probably could have done. I said, ain't no grill gonna break the whole window unless you threw the grill in there. And then
hmm
I ended up getting somebody to put, a pixie glass up in the board. That's why the board out there and stuff like that. So then, um, like I said, it's kind of a little long drawn out, but to get to the bottom line is I was noticing the U-Haul was pulling up out there every single night, Johnny, because I be in that mug thugging it out, hustling sometimes. And I would notice the
Yeah.
U-Haul would be parked out there. I'm like, why is this U-Haul
You
always pulling up when I'm leaving out the shop? I'm like, this don't make no sense. I said, but maybe,
hmm
maybe somebody pulling up trying to get some rest, or maybe they live next door. I don't know, because there's some houses over there. But I'm telling you, when I tell you this U-Haul was parked out there every single day. So I told my boyfriend, I said, yeah, I think somebody is scoping, or I don't know, but the U-Haul and stuff. He said, what you mean? He said, I'm gonna go over there and check it out or whatever. So one night we was riding, and oh, this what happened. Matter of fact, let me back it up. One time I came in the shop, I found some boxes. I'm like, boxes? How these boxes get up here?
Hmm.
Then
hmm
another time I came to the shop, my chair was broke. I said, hold
Hmm.
on. I know I'm not
Uh,
tripping. You know what I'm saying? Boxes. Now my
yeah.
chair broke. Then my fan was missing. I said, okay, yeah, something going on. You know what I'm saying? Because how is my
What?
fan missing? Is boxes up in here? All this stuff. Like, come on, what's really going on? I said, I
hmm
know I ain't tripping. So I think I had asked him, like, hey, is you coming up in here when I'm not here? He said, no, no, why you say that? No, no, why you say that? I said, because I'm noticing some stuff. And the only person I ever really see sitting out here is you. And you be always sitting in this U-Haul. You know what I'm saying? He said, no,
hmm
sis, I ain't doing none of that. Now, let me tell you something. Juanita, the one that's over Willie Tamale, she called my phone one day. Listen, you got somebody living in the shop? I said, what do you mean do I
What?
got somebody living in the shop? She said, cause I'm over here right now. I see a man walking out here with blue jeans and a white shirt on. I said, I mean, everybody wear blue jeans and a white shirt. You got to give me a little bit more of a description than that. I mean, that just ain't good enough. She like, well, all I know is this a man with blue jeans and a white shirt, and you need to go over there and check out what's going on. So we end
Mm.
up hanging up. Yeah, we end up hanging up. Mind you, this probably was maybe, I think it was like a Saturday or a Sunday. It had to been about Saturday or Sunday, because I'll never forget. She ended up calling me that Friday, and she like, oh, listen, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I know who the guy is that's coming in the shop. You know, that's my son-in-law, Reggie. You know, he go with
What?
my daughter. Yeah, he go with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get rid of him. I want him away from here. You need to put these no trespassing signs up there. I said, oh no. I don't want no trespassing signs all around my shop because baby, I accept Zelle, Vimo, Cash App, blue ones, green ones, pink ones, 50 cent, whole dollar, quarters, nickels, and dimes, and pennies. I don't want no trespassing signs around here. I need my money. I want everybody to know
Mm,
that they come in here and get their hair done and leave out looking good and smelling good, whatever. Either way,
mm,
I don't want no trespassing signs. She tried to argue me down about the no trespass sign. I want the no trespass sign if I don't want him around here. I don't want to mess with my daughters. I said, I don't have nothing to do with him and your daughter and your relationship. Come on, Juanita. You know that ain't how business go. You out here flipping burgers. I'm in here doing hair. I ain't got nothing to do with you and
mm,
your son-in-law and your daughter and all this stuff. Anyways, long story short, so she finally ended up calling me that Friday and telling me, oh, I know who it is, telling me the truth or whatever. And that's funny too, because why did you lie the first time, Juanita? And then you turn around and call me on Friday and tell me the truth. Too old to be acting like that. But anyway,
right.
so now I know what's going on. So I tell my boyfriend, like, yeah, Juanita called me today saying that that's her son-in-law breaking the shop. He like, what? Oh, hell
Mm,
no. You know what I'm saying? A nigga coming up in there, breaking up in your shop. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? And he said,
yeah.
if you see him there and I ain't around, you need to call the police. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He ain't supposed to be up in there, just to keep it professional here.
Right.
But anyway, so then one night, so this is when we caught him. Cause see, I even told Juanita about the boo boo in the bucket. See, Juanita, she play a dirty game. She was in there trying to make me pay $1,000 light bill, Johnny, $1,000 light bill. First, she came and
Oh,
showed me $1,000 light bill. Then she showed me a $600 light bill. I said, hold on, wait a minute. Them bills way too high for somebody that just come in here and do hair, turn the lights off, and go home. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Something else must be going on that's raising this light bill that high. So,
mm,
anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. So, anyways, fast forward one night we was taking my dad out and we rolled past the shop and my boyfriend's like, there go that U-Haul. He's like, you want to go see if he up in
mm,
there? And I said, no, I don't want to do that right now because that might take too much time. I want to go take my dad somewhere nice for his birthday. He like, no, probably this the time right here. So we pull up and I'm in the car, him and my dad, they get out. Johnny. They go up in there. All I hear is, it's me, man. It's me, man. I'm like, so now I hear the screaming, and hollering. So I get out. You know what I'm saying? Because I
mm,
know my boyfriend, yeah. So I get out and stuff like that because I see my dad bust out there. He like, yeah, yeah, you need to get up out of here. And so I get out. It's Reggie in the shop looking like he strung out, drunk, look like he ain't I don't know what was going on with the man, but
yeah.
because I know people go through peaks and valleys. Let me say that first, because I never
Mm-hmm.
sit here and belittle anybody because they're going through a peak in a valley. But if you're going through a peak in a valley, you need to communicate that with somebody. That don't give me no right to just come breaking Johnny crib and then you come home from work and I'm just sleep up in that mug. And I'm like, it's just me, Johnny. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, I just don't think that that's logical thinking. I don't
Right.
think that that's
That's you. That's using somebody, especially you didn't get permission.
so anyways, so we come up in there, it's him, you know what I'm saying? And then he described to us how he got in the shop. Johnny, the man was breaking the door to get in the
Mm,
shop, like literally breaking the door. He showed us how he did it and was yanking it and was breaking in the door. But the part for me was he had a pocket full of money. A
mm,
pocket full of money, Johnny. The man gave me $300 in my hand for my chair. Cause he like, oh, I can take care of whatever. I said, well, right now you need to give me $300 for my chair. Cause my chairs has been broken because of you. And he gave it to me right out of his hand. But the part for me is if you got a pocket full of money, I mean, you can get a room. You know what I'm saying? You go shoot it.
mm,
I mean, me, I'm gonna keep it real. If I had a U-Haul, I ain't finna risk my life dying to break in nobody house to sleep up in there. Man,
mm,
I go get me a blow up bed and blow that mug up right in the back of the U-Haul and get me some sleep.
mm.
But the boo-boos in the buckets, that's the part for me. Like I said, Mug's been eating boo-boo Polishes, boo-boo chicken
Oh.
sandwich.
Mm-mm.
You gotta be. And then somebody made a comment talking about, so what you saying? Cause he boo-booing in buckets, that mean he putting it in the food. I mean, anybody that's boo-booing in a bowel movement in a bucket is
Yeah, it's not
definitely
sanitized.
unsanitary. Thank you. Very
Right.
unsanitized. Then another thing, I went out there one time, Johnny, to buy me a Polish. He act like he didn't know if it was pork or beef. I said, y'all can't sell food like that. You got to know what kind of meat you selling people. A person can get sick, you know?
Mm.
So then after that happened, so then after all of that happened, after him breaking in the shop, boo-boo in the buckets, all of this stuff, do you know Juanita still thought that I was supposed to pay $1,000 light bill?
Mm-mm.
$1,000 light bill. Why should I have to pay a
Mm-mm.
$1,000 light bill when your son-in-law is the one that's breaking up in here using the lights? If anything, he's the one that's supposed to be paying the back end. Look, you can take
Right.
this $200-300 that I've been giving you, or you ain't finna have nothing at all.
Wow.
I'm not paying no $1,000 light bill.
That's
And then
crazy.
when we asked him why you wasn't breaking in Lonzo shop, oh, I don't want to do that because they don't know what I got going on. Why you breaking in mine then? I don't know what you got going on either.
That's just a little weird. The whole thing is
Yeah.
a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
I feel,
Story
man.
of
So,
Peoria. The first one.
so I know you've been
Stay
had a lot of
tuned,
people ask
y'all.
you because
Stay tuned. We got a whole lot more. Stay tuned.
both of y'all, man. I know you had a lot of people asking you because a lot of people buy that food. I mean, I buy that food all the time. I just had a taste test with that
Yeah.
food. You
Yeah.
know.
If you notice, he ain't out there no more.
No, I did notice that.
Mm-mm. And then she
Wow.
tried to put me in their relationship. And to be honest with you, his wife, or I don't know if that was his wife, girlfriend, baby mom, whatever the case may be, she was always nice and kind to me. Always. She
Hmm.
ain't ever been rude or anything to me, always talking to me, whatever, whatever. But yeah, I don't know what the situation was, but I know for a fact that it was bowel movement in them buckets in that shop. Several of them. And my dad had to deep clean it. And clearly he was living up in there because all of his clothes, all of his shoes, and all kind of stuff was up in there.
Mm,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely need to
Wow.
watch what kind of food y'all eating to get to the bottom line. Definitely need to pay attention to what kind of people is making your food. Yeah, because
Mhm.
mugs just be wanting that money. But mugs need to understand you can get a mug sick, you know what I'm saying, doing that kind of
Right.
stuff. And it just ain't sanitary and you know yeah, it just ain't good. And then another thing
Mm.
is, y'all out there selling meat. Y'all don't know if it's pork. Y'all don't know if it's beef. That just ain't good. That ain't healthy. That's actually considered to be, violation of food and safety. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And mugs just think they can just pull up a grill and put some meat on there and just make it my but
Mm-mm.
you know what, John? That's why I don't eat nobody food. Do you hear me? A mug
That's why
can
I
tell me
thought
you
the
the
health department
baddest
was supposed to
person
be
in the
on that.
building. I don't want it. I
I
don't
thought the
want it
health.
because I don't know if you done deep cleaned your kitchen, put some bleach down on them counters or anything. I don't play. I don't even play with nobody kitchen food. I don't
Mm.
even play. Mm-mm. I'd rather
Mm-mm.
pass.
That's why I thought the health department was supposed to be on that stuff.
Mm-hmm. She keep playing with me trying to throw that $1,000 light bill in my face. I'm gonna be calling the health department.
Also, that's still the $1,000 is still in play. The light bill.
Yeah, then you know what? She gonna try to tell the landlord. Cause the landlord called me like, well, Juanita's not paying me anymore. Cause she said you won't pay the light bill and all this. I said, no, that's not true. First of all,
Mm.
I've been paying Juanita a whole lot of money towards that light bill. But Juanita think that I'm supposed to pay $1,000 light bill because she allowed her son-in-law to sleep up in there, boo-boo bowel movement buckets, all bowel movement in the buckets and all of that kind of stuff. See, they already had something going on. See, that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? You tried to
Mm-hmm.
put me in the middle of that. And then what the part for me is you try to throw me under the bus to the landlord to try to protect yourself. And then go tell the landlord that it never happened. Johnny, I can show you the video right now. Reggie in the shop. Would you know, the video.
Mm-hmm. Eating a peanut
There's
butter.
two
Wow.
videos.
Mm-mm.
Yep,
Hold
two
on.
videos of the man standing right there. I apologize, and this won't ever happen again. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, how could you lie and say that this man was never breaking in my shop that I paid for when I have a video?
Mm, mm, mm,
I mean,
mm.
make it make sense.
We're gonna play the video next time.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
You should
It's
have
time to
sent me
start
that.
pointing these people out, man. It's just time to start pointing them out. Sometimes you got to point a person out. It ain't that you
Mm,
trying to, talk down on a mug or,
right.
degrade them or anything. Sometimes you just got to point these mugs out. They need to be pointed out. That's just it.
Right.
That's all. That's the story. That's the simplest way to put it. Mugs need to be pointed out. They need to be exposed. Even the Bible say we're supposed to expose the works of the devil. If Mugs is out here doing devil stuff and doing wrong to people and know you're doing wrong and you ain't supposed to be doing that, yeah, it's just time to start pointing them out one by one.
Right.
Just time to start pointing them out.
So let me ask you this before we get out, because we're gonna definitely do a part two. But let me ask you this: have you heard about the liquor stores that they're trying to put in the north of Peoria and the south end of Peoria?
They trying to put a liquor store in the North Peoria.
Yeah. Here,
Is
let me
that
show you. Let me show you this
okay?
video.
Okay.
Why do we want to put
Oh,
a
not
liquor
cheap as a
store
bear,
in an
boo boo.
area where
Oops, I'm
crime
sorry.
continues to
Ain't want nobody to know
increase?
that.
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it why there's so much
Oh,
advocacy
look at her.
here.
Just
This
wants
stall
to take
behind
a
me is what the
picture.
mayor's talking about. The
Now she
King's
got
Own
a wig
Grocery and
on.
Grill is looking to get a liquor license from the city council. Process
Oh.
requires a
And
site
who is that,
approval, but at the
Arthur?
end of the day, the mayor has the final say on if this
They're
building
trying to put
can
a
get a
liquor
liquor
license in that
license.
building.
Opponents such as the mayor
Who's the-
say adding a liquor license here in two of the busiest police districts would increase crime.
Very simply, making liquor more accessible in a high crime area is just a bad idea.
Many of the folks supporting the measure would say this would
listen to
alleviate a
this.
food desert. Basically, the liquor license would help subsidize the groceries that they would sell, hopefully one day selling fresh produce from that building.
This is not a
So they basically want to put
Kroger. It's not a
liquor there.
Hy-Vee.
Hopefully,
It
liquor
is a
brings
sort of
food.
convenience store, but it has way more actual real food
Hopefully
items
liquor
than
brings
any
food.
convenience
Right?
store.
Do that make sense? They saying if we put a liquor store there, then hopefully they get enough money to start bringing food. So they want to provide liquor to the black community first. You heard them say it. You heard him say
Wow, and
it.
it's funny because Mike Vespa Jr., I believe, was just talking and saying that would be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, this is the part for me. I went to the city council meeting. Y'all
Mm.
2.7 billion million zillion dollars behind.
That's
How are you
wild.
guys steady trying to open all of these things, make one street one way, and y'all are in the hole? You don't even have
Mm.
no moolah.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm.
are you? How is this working? Y'all mean it? And then it's
I
Rita
think
for me. You want me to get on Rita, or you want me to get on her later?
we're gonna talk about that later. But
Oh,
I
okay.
honestly think that they made her mayor because Peoria is failing and they needed somebody as the city in position. Because why?
They ain't got
But
no money. That's
mm,
why they ain't got no money. They trying to get the money from us. They trying, and that's another thing. I can't wait till we get cold blooded on this mug. Our people, they perish for a lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They have no knowledge. They like, oh, look at social. I'll be first one there. First thing month. What time it open? That's just not. See what I'm saying? They need our money. They
yeah, they
need our
do.
money. They're in the hole,
Right. You so
a
right.
big old hole. That town rotten is rotten.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten. It's rotten. Rotten.
Yeah.
You seen Heidi when they was trying to
Mhm.
build the water park down there, right across where the kids go, right across the street from the liquor store. She was fighting to try to, you know what I'm saying, and all of this stuff. It's just rotten down there. It's so
Right.
rotten. It's so rotten. Then you got all these people in position. They ain't doing nothing.
Wow, that's
Just
crazy.
rotten. So now y'all want to open a liquor store. Why? Because Chuck Brown trying to open a grocery store?
Right.
Is y'all in competition with Chuck now?
Right. That's crazy. That's a good point. Okay, okay. I fuck with you. We're gonna talk to you more. I'm gonna get off this phone because I got some things to do. We're gonna talk to you more. I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna chop this up and we're gonna share it so people can see it more. We're gonna get it out there for you.
Okay.
All
All
right.
righty.